Hi, folks. Welcome back. We are back from the new year into our new year, 2026. We're in, folks. So happy New Year to all the
Happy New Year!
listeners and the viewers as well. So we're picking back up where we left off with the 3 games that we'd picked from the last month here, and we go over them to see what was good, what was bad, what was ugly, what will add to our wish list, what will just go into the abyss and not get played again. So, this is myself, Brian, here, and as always, we are here with the wonderful Elle.
Hiya!
Well,
Welcome
let's
back,
get fired into
guys!
it, folks.
Yeah.
I know. It was good. It was fun, wasn't it? Happy New Year, everybody.
I know, right? It seems a bit crazy being back. But right, I suppose we'll start off with Pasture, the Livestock Simulator. It has been about a month or two since we have probably played these. It feels like maybe it's less than that, like a month or so, but it definitely feels like a long time ago at this point, especially over Christmas. So the things that kind of stuck out for Pasture for me was this is completely a multiplayer game. This was not solo friendly in the slightest, even though it does say it could potentially be a solo game. There is no way. There is absolutely no way. Yeah. But overall, you know what? It was kind of fun. I noticed on their actual Steam page, they have said they've taken some of the feedback like in mind since like in the last few weeks that they're having a little look at being able to find some of the calves and the cows and stuff, because it was really tricky to actually find where the remaining cow was hiding in the distance. So the fact that they've actually kind of taken that on board and changed it really puts the game in quite a positive light in my eyes. I'm not sure if it's a game I would necessarily want to personally play again. It seems very niche for a multiplayer game. But yeah.
I kind of found the same, because I went through it and I tried all the wee kind of different things to round up the cattle. Tried the helicopter, crashed the helicopter. Tried the buggy just wasn't doing anything. Tried the dog running about as the dog
I
out the
love
cage. And
that.
I'm like, that was fun, but it was too much. Didn't work, and I eventually just settled on the horse kind of thing and got it done with the horse. But it did take a wee while kind of thing, and you're going round, and like you say, you don't know where half the cattle is later on kind of thing, and you have to go back, you're like, and then remember and shut the gates as well kind of thing, like down, and then you see one at the right far end. So it's definitely, it can be played single player, but it's definitely meant to be a multiplayer one.
Yeah. I
Kind of
wouldn't
thing. I think
recommend
it's
it as a solo. Like,
aye.
I definitely do not think this is a solo game. But I also feel like I don't know how it's such a niche game, like herding games. It seems so ridiculously niche that if you're super into cattle or learning what you do, it would be wonderful. Because I mean, the game on it by itself, you know what? It was okay. It just wasn't my cup of tea, but technically sound, it was fine. There was like a little bit of bugs and stuff. I like the fact that you could chuck the cow on the back of the horse. That was kind of like a cute thing.
The calf. You
Yeah,
could
like,
put the
"Come
calf in the back
here."
of your horse and things like that, and just mosey on down and then dump it in kind of thing. But it was decent enough kind of
It was
thing. That's the
alright.
thing. But it totally is like a niche, very very niche
Very
simulator
niche.
kind of thing. I mean, I don't know if I would play it again, to be fair. Because it might be fun if you had like a bunch of folk going and doing it for a laugh. But then once you've done it and you've got it right for like once or twice, you'll kind of know how to do it every time, and then it kind of takes that. I think it would take that appeal off it after
Yeah.
you've kind of perfected it once or twice. How much is there going to be a change in it, if you know, to make it more difficult? And if you know what I mean. So
I did like have a little bit of a look into their pages and stuff, and there was a bit about they're wanting to bring more of the farming life into it. So there is going to be more in the game later on. I think maybe just in the demo, literally they just give you the option of the cows
Mhm.
Well, herding, not just cow, just herding in general. But they did seem like they have loads of plans and things, so it could be potentially one to like check back in like about a year or so just to see if they've added anything else to it. I wouldn't write this
Aye.
game off at all. I wouldn't write it off. If this is your kind of thing, I'm not gonna poop on it.
Mhm.
It's it was all right. That's pretty much it. Just wasn't my thing, but it was okay. Technically, it was sound.
Aye.
Like it wasn't the worst games we've ever played. It was all right, but yeah, it's
Aye.
definitely
It's
multiplayer, very multiplayer.
yep.
Um,
And it says that obviously you can play it like single player, online co-op, LAN
yeah,
co-op if you're local, shared split screen co-op as well, and remote play together. So they've built in quite a lot of options for playing with other people to it, which is
yeah.
a good thing as well. So aye, if it's your thing, definitely check it out and
Yeah,
see what it's
do check
like.
it out. See it. You might
Um,
like it. Check the videos out. Get a feel for the game and everything. Because it like I
aye,
said, it wasn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't.
no, definitely. I mean, check out both the plays kind of thing, and you'll see what it's like. Um, you'll see me crashing a helicopter into the cows and everything like that as well. Just run about with the buggy.
Yeah,
Aye, it was fun, but very, very niche kind of thing. I
that's
don't know
very
how.
niche. But yeah.
Aye, I think that's about all you can really say for that one. To be
Yeah,
fair.
honestly, that's pretty much all I've got too. It was incredibly niche.
Hmm.
Check it. I very much feel like this is the kind of game that you need to check out for yourself. Like us telling you about it probably doesn't really get across exactly kind of what it is. You really do need to have a good maybe look at the playthroughs and just get a good feel for it for yourself before you do spend any cash on this game. There is a demo,
Hmm.
obviously, because we played the demo. You go check out the demo yourself,
Hmm.
but it's so niche. But I would love to
Aye,
know if this is your kind of game. Please do leave a comment down below. I would actually love to know your opinions, your thoughts, and stuff. Because I do think if there's anyone out there that would want to play it multiplayer, it would be really fun to try. But as it stands,
yeah,
it's not solo friendly. But there
no,
you go.
definitely not.
No.
So on to the next one, which we have got Game Store Chronicle. Now, I see. I've got an issue with a lot of these kind of game store ones, right? Because you've got gaming cafe simulator, which is obviously a big one. Run your own gaming cafe, blah blah blah, things like that. But a lot of these ones for like the game store simulator, it looked as if it was going to be all right, but there was just nothing. It was very very limited to what you could play in it. The cleaning mechanics and things, and just kind of general different bits and bobs seemed a wee bit off. But otherwise, it looked no too bad. Obviously, you've got the fake systems like your fake Sega Mega Drive and your
Yeah.
fake Sega, Atari, and Nintendo consoles and games kind of thing. So that's what it's made up of. But it was done generally all right. I didn't get to the point where you could have like the arcades in it and things like that as well. So I it just seemed I just wanted it to be more, if you know what I mean.
See, my sort of problem with it is that apart from the bugs, because there was quite a few little glitches and bugs in my
Mhm.
gameplay,
Yep.
um, I also really struggled to actually make a profit to be able to buy anything. I couldn't work out
Aye.
actually how to make money, regardless of lowering or like any sort of margin. I
Aye.
just couldn't seem to make money, so I don't know what I was doing wrong there. Um, but my general feel on this game is that honestly, there's nothing really in this game to me that's memorable. There's nothing that
No,
really
it
stands
stands
out
out. Aye.
above the crowd of store simulation games. Like,
Especially the game ones as
yeah,
well. There's a good amount of game ones as well.
it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't stand out. And I'm sitting here. Honestly, I can't remember when I actually played it on the YouTube, but I'm sitting here trying to really think of something in the game that
Aye.
really stood out. And I just feel like the fact that I'm having to think so hard on this means that it just was average. There was nothing that
Aye,
stood
there's
out, and the
nothing.
fact that the glitches stood out more to me is not maybe a good thing.
Mhm.
Obviously glitches and stuff can get fixed and things, but I just feel like in the grand scheme of things, it was just okay.
Aye,
Realistically,
see,
it was just it was
yeah,
okay. I mean,
aye.
if you are aware of, like, how shop sims and stuff are, and
If you played a
they're
lot
all
of
they
them, then
all
you'll
if you
know.
played them all, you kind of
Aye.
know what you're getting. So in that respect, it sits on bar with a lot of the other ones, but there's
Mhm.
nothing that this really drives it above the bar. I mean, there was the
Aye.
guy, like, the celebs that were coming in and, like, all that kind of stuff.
Aye.
But I don't feel
It's
like you should be living on gimmicks necessarily of
yeah.
riding the coattails of, is it queso? Um,
Oh,
I don't know. I
something
don't know
like
how I
that.
feel about that. It's just like in itself, like I did see the
Mhm.
UI had the ability to see what the guy liked and like what he bought, what he was interested,
Aye.
times he bought. That was a good feature.
Mhm.
But apart from that, I will give them kudos for that, because that was a neat little feature that I've not actually seen
Mhm.
before. So, yeah, okay, they can get a bonus point for that. But gameplay itself, there wasn't anything that kind of was, like, above bar for me.
Aye. And it's one of the ones, and like obviously you get all the different things for the tills, and I think the till using the till felt a wee bit easier because you were just kind of clicking it. You weren't having to do any of the change. It was just the change was automatically there for bits and
See, I
bobs.
can't even remember that.
I'm sure it was one that
I
just kind of
can't
walked away
remember.
pretty easily. So I and it looked alright, and like the wee kind of retro games, it did look like the retro games from like that era and that kind of console and things. Also, just because they're wee knockoff ones.
Mm,
Um, but I was like, aye, it's nothing. I was waiting for more, if you know what I mean. Like more things to be able to do, and like the way the kind of the AI would come in and the like you said, try to make a kind of like a decent enough profit. Because if you put the price too high, or kind of try and make it slightly higher, it's eating into quite a lot of your profits as well, and then you're not, they don't buy it kind of thing as well. So you're like, well, so it's kind of a fine line. I think. I mean, it could because they've done like a thing on the game as well where it showed you like the timeline Chronicle of what they're going to be planning
yeah.
over the next year or something like that for releases for the things, and it does look as if they're going to be doing quite a lot of things with it. I'd just like to have seen more of it kind of thing to start with. Um, aye, and like I didn't get like the wee kind of gimmicks where you were kind of like could do like the roulette kind of machines type things, just kind of spin like slot machine type
I
things
didn't
to
even
get
see that.
aye, there was like one you could get like different wee cards and things, and it just like pick a card that would give you like faster delivery or something like that.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
a
I remember
more
that now.
iteration kind of
I
thing.
didn't understand that it meant that it, like, kicked in then and there. So, like,
Well,
I didn't
aye, that's what I
understand when
thought.
they
Aye.
worked or
Mhm.
how it worked. That wasn't very well explained, because I remember there was, like, a bit, I'd already ordered everything for the
Mhm.
day, and then I got a card, was, like,
Yep.
free delivery or, like, immediate delivery, and I'm like, "Oh,
Aye.
great, I'm gonna pick this because that means I get my stuff now when I really need it
Aye.
now." But it was for tomorrow. I'm like, "Oh, well, that
Aye.
was a waste."
Aye. Well, see, aye, that's the same as me, and I'm like, well, aye, that's no kind of good thing. It's not going to work in that sense. But I don't know. I think I'm going to. I've added it. I'm sure I've added it to my wish list. I have. Right, I've just done it just now there. So I've added it to my wish list. I'm going to keep an eye on it just to see because I'm interested to see what it's actually going to progress out to kind of thing later on if they kind of tweak it because. Genuinely, it looked alright. It wasn't as kind of. It was more polished than some of the other ones that we played
It
at the
definitely
same
looks a lot
time.
more polished than some of the other ones, yeah.
I mean, even like you know the wee kind of images for the games and things like that are all AI generated ones and things like that, but they're done nicely. kind of thing, and
Mm.
like done kind of nicely, kind of like wee knockoff type ones, but they're done in a decent fashion. So, I'll keep an eye on it just to see what it's like, kind of thing. But
It's one of those games that, yeah, okay, it's passable. Yeah, you could play it. Yeah, there was a few glitches and stuff. It's in demo. I hope they fix that. But there's nothing really particularly shout home about. I feel like this is like Pasture. Like, it's a decent game and by
aye,
itself, but there was nothing above and beyond that made me go, wow, I need to add this to my
mhm,
wish list now. I've never played anything like this before. I mean, with Pasture I'd never had, but with this one it's like I've never played this before. Wow, it's amazing. It just was like a drop in the ocean
yeah,
for store sims.
aye.
Which, I
So,
mean, there's only so many times you can reinvent the wheel when it comes to a store sim. Um,
well, see, that's the thing. There's a fair amount of these games out now in Store Sims, so they really need to be something that's going to be. They're either going to need to have a game that looks nice and the graphics, there's no grits there or anything like that, and just a decent enough story kind of thing. And if they put enough effort into it, then it should work away fine. I mean, like the one thing that this done better than some of the other ones is you could put multiple things on the shelves kind of thing. So it stacked the shelves up in a
mm,
layer kind of thing, and then next to it you could put something else up, something different. It wasn't like some of the games that we've played, like where it's like one shelf and it just that one item can go on it and nothing else kind of thing. So it's good. It's good in that sense. It has got the makings to be a decent wee kind of store sim.
yeah,
I just want to see
we'll see
kind of
more.
more of it, see more kind of thing than what was in the demo. Demo kind of seemed a wee bit kind of.
It was just
Eh.
very slow as
Aye,
well. I noticed that it
yeah.
was very slow. I'm honestly trying to break my brains of anything that really stood out for it. Like,
Oh,
I
I
just need
can't
to have
think.
more like than yay. So yeah,
I can't really think, to be fair.
shall we move on from
Yes.
I maybe we shouldn't move on. Right. Yeah. News Company Simulator. Now, this was an interesting one in the fact that I think this is probably the quickest playthrough I have ever done in a game. Um it was well and truly broken. I had
Oh my god.
refreshed it multiple times. I think I went onto the Steam page. And literally in the video, I think I left in me going onto the Steam page to see if there was something I was completely missing because I
Yep.
could not even get through the very first thing on the tutorial, which was answering the phone. Because I didn't know where the phone one was. There was nothing to actually say, "This is where the phone was."
Mhm.
And when you did find a phone, there was nothing to say, "This is the phone to pick it up." So I don't know if the phone in the
I didn't
shack
tell you
was
any.
that phone
Yep. Mhm.
or if it was broken. So I
Aye.
gave up. It was if you cannot get through the very first objective on a tutorial, hard pass.
So I got a bit further. I did, and see, I completely agree. Right, I see the thing I get. All these simulators start off the same. When you get like the building, you need to clean your building out, and it's a building that's been locked up for ages, but weirdly has broken glass and bottles and everything like that still inside it, but it's just been locked up, ready to go. It's got everything in it, but it's all this broken plants and everything like that in it that you need to clean. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Seemed a bit pointless that bit there, but then it says answer the phone, but it doesn't tell you how to actually answer the phone. So you can hear a phone ringing, and you're like, right, that must be the phone there, but it doesn't show you any buttons on screen or any part of the
But
tutorial to
do you
answer
know
it.
the thing though, Brian? I don't know if you twigged this on. See when you loaded into the game,
Mhm,
you were looking away from the place you were meant to go into.
mhm,
So you had to turn round to actually
mhm.
see your store. Well, not store, but you had to turn round.
Yep.
So there was no way of immediately knowing that's actually where you were meant to go
Mhm.
because there was nothing to say. I found that
So,
really bizarre because you should be looking at what you're playing. But yeah.
well, I see that set. So, and it tells you it goes like, right, answer the telephone. to take like your first lead and things like that. And I'm like, right, finally go into the office and I hear the phone ring. And I'm like, but it doesn't tell you how to answer the telephone. So I'm checking the settings, checking the keys,
Every
pushing all
key.
the buttons. And
Yeah.
then I eventually found a key that answered it. I'm like, all right. And it just goes and types things in. It says like, and it goes, right, go to the thing and start putting like designing your paper. So, and it like put the article in and like click and drag the article onto the paper. And I was like, right, that's it done. And you're like, right. So that's it. There's like you need to get some more articles, but it doesn't tell you how many more articles it's done. I had to end up filling like 3 to a page in 8 pages, but it doesn't tell you that. I just kept on taking calls and writing them down, taking calls, writing them down, taking calls, writing them down. I'm like, what am I actually meant to be bloody doing here? And then you finally get the newspaper filled with multiple articles of the same type of thing. And then I'm like, why is that still? Can I do that? And it says, right, you need to go to the printing office now and then put your thing into print. So I eventually found the printing office, and then that's just like backwards as well, trying to get it. So I was like trying to print like just like 50 copies or something like print some copies. And it ended up printing out, I thought it was like, because it comes up, it's like 10, 100, something like that. So I would put like 10 and I put like the 100 kind of thing. So like, right, so just give me like 1,000 copies. No, it ended up being like 15,000, like or 20,000 copies or something like that I was doing,
Okay.
and it took like I just the full place was filled up with newspaper copies, and I'm like, why? Then afterwards it's like, right, put them on the hang. I was like, right, so they're on the pallet. How do I deliver them? And it doesn't tell you anything else what to do with it. So you're just left with all these newspapers. You can't do anything. You've been told to hire another wee reporter that just answers the phone, which is done. You've got all that, but you
Oh,
can't
so you don't even get to
physically
go
do
out
it.
journaling to see where the news
No,
is? I was
no, I
under the
don't.
impression you'd actually get to go and go, right, let's go to point B to get the
I
story for the
think maybe
newspaper.
I think maybe later on, but in this
Maybe.
one,
Okay.
I was just getting like there was another phone. You bought like another desk with a phone, and then somebody else would just sit there and just take the leads for the things. But it was all the same leads, so you're just printing the same bullshit again on your newspaper, and then it was printing out,
Fun.
but it was still printing in the printing office like 20,000, like 15 to 20,000 copies of an 8-sheet newspaper back and forth. So it just filled it up row by row. I'm picking up a couple of the rows, so I was like, right, I'll take them in here, and you put them into the wee delivery bit, which is like next door or something. There's a wee delivery shop, but you put them in there, and it's meant to deliver them. And it says sit them on the crate, but you couldn't sit them on the crate. So I'm
Huh.
like, so they're just building up. I couldn't take them anywhere, and I'm like, what's the actual fucking point in this game?
So at every
It's
single step, there was an issue, basically.
I,
None of it
it was
was plain
just
sailing.
none of it worked, and it was just completely and utterly broken. So it was. So
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't recommend that one.
Because it
And
did
like the
seem
bar as well.
interesting, didn't it? Like, in premise, it did sound like a really interesting kinda game, but, yeah.
Well, see, that's it. It did seem interesting. I'm just kind of watching my cat here. Sorry, my cat's running about
That's
absolutely
fair enough.
mental here. Just in case he dives up the screen here, folks, mid record. Um,
But yeah,
but
that's
I just
disappointing. Yeah, there was, like, weird stuff, like, you could go around the edge of the place, and there was, like, little shops you could go into and things, but,
coffee
like
shop and a bar and
yeah.
things. It just served
But
no
there was just
point, really.
nothing really in this game that gave you anything, like, to really what to do, and, like, my thing in every game is always, if you cannot get through the tutorial without there being a major problem, I am not gonna spend my time playing it. I'm
Yep.
sorry, but I'm not willing to sit and spend 7 hours of my life working out how this game works when I've
Uh,
just loaded into the game. That's not my job. Your
no,
job is to sell me the game that I was interested in. Like, it's your job to teach me how to play it
I,
the way you envisioned it. And if that it can't happen, I'm just not interested. So it was a
if
hard pass to me.
yep, if we can't enjoy the game straight up, and the tutorial's just fundamentally broken, it doesn't show the physics of the game or anything like that, then It's absolutely useless. We're not going to play it,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't recommend it either. I
I
think
mean, I would
it's
like to see what happens, and I feel like coming back in like a little while to
Mhm.
see if they've
Yep.
even looked at it. There doesn't seem to be any sort of like updates up or
Nope.
anything anywhere. I don't know if this is a dead project or I don't know,
I
but
mean,
it just
it
seems to
just
be going
says.
nowhere.
I mean, the last kind of upcoming release was like Tuesday, September the 9th,
Yeah,
2025. Was the first trailer, and it
yeah.
just says coming soon, release date coming soon,
Yeah,
but it
there's
doesn't
just like
say.
no
There's
information about
nothing.
it. It could be a
Yeah.
really cool, interesting game, and I do enjoy the concept, but it's just not there, not remotely there. Definitely needs to go back to the drawing board. But there we go. That was it's kind of a
Mhm.
disappointing 3 games, really. To this, well, I wouldn't say disappointing, but like definitely
Different.
mid-range games to start the
Yeah.
year or end the year, should we say? Um,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, like let's just write news company complete out of this because like let's be honest, you can't play a game that's janky and broken. I mean
No.
the game store one, and it was mediocre. It was average, and because there was nothing realistically
Mhm.
that majorly stood out, and Pasture is
Aye, that
just
makes a
so
difference.
incredibly niche that I
Definitely.
definitely think this would apply. Like Horsey Girls probably would really like it, but it's not solo. And I think they
Aye,
should stop trying to
it's
sell it as a solo game and just concentrate on the multiplayer aspect
multiplayer aspect,
because
and even at
it's
that,
purely
if
multi. There's no way you can solo it.
well, see, even at that, like we said as well, like if once you've perfected that map with like the right amount of folk, you'll know how to do it and you'll finish it quickly as
Yeah.
well, kind of thing. So, what's the playability going to be like after you've done that a couple of times, kind of thing as well.
But
So,
yeah.
I definitely a niche one kind of thing, and kind of subpar kind of other games, and absolutely dreadful last game. But
But hopefully this year's going to be even better because we do have 3 more games lined up
oh,
that we've had a tiny little look over, and hopefully they are much, 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 much better. Let's go off with a bang to start with. The first one, though, that we're going to have a look at, might as well start at the top of the alphabet, guys. It's Airport Inspector.
so, Airport Inspector demo, folks. It actually looks not too bad. It came out on the 28th of December there last year. So, step into the tense, high stakes world of airport security. Ooh.
Exciting.
Inspect luggage, interrogate passengers, and make choices that affect your reputation, income, and the safety of your airport. Rise through the ranks, earn trust, and unlock bigger airports. Every decision shapes your career.
Now, initially, it looks
Go.
quite fun and interesting, doesn't it? Like, I love the
Aye,
concept sound of that. Like, what we do has some
aye,
major sort of reflection on the game itself. Like, I'm looking at the little
aye.
video right now. Like, the little people have no faces, and I don't know whether or not I like the fact that they have complete and utterly blank faces. That's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel personally about that. Um, but you
Aye,
know,
it's a wee
it's
bit kind of.
graphically, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it graphically. Some people like the style. Like this is one of the 3 games that like we're going to be kind of varied on graphics this month. But
Yeah,
it's not too bad. This is definitely more on the cartoon style. There seems to be like a
aye,
picture
kind
that
of
there is like
vector-esque, kind of.
yeah, like there's some stun guns and stuff, X-ray machines and quizzing the people. It does look really cool. I also see, like, there's, we're looking at Daniel West, and his stress and his validation has gone up, and we haven't gave him enough validation, whatever that means. Um, but I guess that means that we definitely are gonna be quizzing these people. So that
Well,
seems kinda
I
cool.
see luggage inspection as well. Each customer arrives with one luggage containing a random selection of legal or illegal items. You can check item legality from the computer item section, but generally weapons and dangerous tools are illegal. Common everyday items are legal. While inspecting the luggage, you have several inspection options. Confiscate. Use this when an item is illegal. Correct confiscation. Gain reputation. Wrong confiscation. Lose reputation. Oh, aye, these you get a drone, taser gun, X-ray
Yeah.
machine. So it looks as if it's going to be really, really quite we get to ask them what flight and where they're going, what they're boarding, their general ID and things like that as well. So I think it would be like
It
border
looks like it
control
could be
pretty
kind of
much.
fun, yeah. Like, I don't know how complicated it necessarily would be, but it looks like it
Mhm,
could potentially be like a good sort of like, you just chuck on there. It's not too mentally taxing. It just looks like
mhm.
a little bit of it looks like a good bit of fun. I see down in the bottom it also says about accepting a criminal may lead to implied future consequences, but rejecting an innocent passenger may result in complaints or pressure. Using force may stop an incident or create a bigger problem. So, yeah, it's about using judgment under uncertainty.
I
It
see. So
sounds fun.
it does sound fun. So I think this is going to be one of the kind of fun ones to check out. Definitely. Um, Airport inspector folks, lost and found, data and computer systems, luggage inspection and X-ray scanning, passenger interrogation. Aye,
Sounds kind of cool.
there we go.
Oh, they've got some other games as well. I'm just having a look at the dev to see if they've done any other things. Apparently, they're doing another little simulator game, which is called Gas and Grind, which is about a countryside pit stop. So it looks like it's going to be like a little petrol station, as well. So they've obviously got great plans and everything that they want to do with loads of other games and things. Um, but yeah, it looks kind of interesting. I don't know if this is their first then game because the demo's only out and the actual game isn't. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But it looks like it could be a load of fun.
Aye, definitely. I'm looking forward to trying this one, to be fair.
Oh,
So,
there's a
aye.
camera. Look at
Oh,
I like how we're like spying and everything, like little cameras and looking through their pictures, it looks like. So
aye.
yeah.
So there's so much things you could probably do in this one here. So I'll be interested to see how this one goes, folks. Right, on to the next one. The next one we have got is Metro City, Discovery Town. So this one here, it kind of reminds me. It says play the Metro City demo to begin your journey with Metro City and prove your ability to manage and create the world's greatest city. Grow your city from zero to thousands of people in this game. Now, looking at the video of it now, it reminds me of Sim City,
Yeah.
like where you just build the road along and then you zone the areas out for like commercial,
Yeah.
industrial, and
City
residential, the green
skyline-ish.
kind of thing. So it's even using the same kind of colours as
As I'm
SimCity, like the
saying,
green
it's
for
like it's very
residential.
like City Skyline and all that things. I mean, like a lot of
Yeah.
these city builders, like they are all very similar in concept. There's not really much games that necessarily break the boundaries of what
Yep.
they normally do. It's very much like if don't break it if it ain't broke kind of thing. But it does
Aye.
look interesting. It looks like a nice little cartoony simpler version because SimCity and
Aye.
like City Skyline can get incredibly complicated. The bigger your city, the traffic. Oh, the traffic. I hate the
Aye, and
traffic.
everything
Um,
else, yeah.
but this looks like a really simple, like I don't want to say simple, but like it looks like a very cartoon,
It actually
simpler,
reminds
chiller
me of
version.
the original SimCity classic.
Yeah, I've
It
played
looks
that
like
one.
it looks like an HD version
Yeah,
of SimCity Classic because it's like the same kind of graphics, but they're just like high def graphics on it. The same kind of road layouts and everything like that. The same kind of grid layouts and everything else. It just looks exactly like that. So it'll be interesting to see if it pans out something similar to that. Like, um, can you get like also like building your hospitals? I'm guessing you can because looking through the screenshots, you can see like the wee fire engine there as
yeah.
well, and you've got bits there for like your school, hospital, airport, and water and things.
Gonna
So
be really interesting.
and the wee parks and things as well. So about the demo, so they've got ray tracing technology, time cycle, road infrastructure,
Ray
zone building
tracing.
system. Aye, ray tracing. So you've got to get like you've got
I
to get
didn't
like
expect that
glistening
to
roads and things like that.
I did
Your
not
roads have
expect
got to
that to
have
be coming out your mouth
reflections
there,
on
to be
them. Like,
honest.
near did I actually when I read it, I was like ray tracing
It
technology.
doesn't
I was like,
seem like a
wow, man,
game that would use that. Okay, but
you've got to
yeah.
have reflections on your road here, people.
Yeah,
Like,
interesting. But
Aye,
yeah,
so build,
it seems
build
yeah, to be
everything like
fun.
residential, commercial, industrial, water tower and sewage outflow, wind turbine and coal power, fire station, police station, school, university, clinic, industrial and resource extraction, town hall and construction office, economy, simulation, and trade or taxes.
Mm.
Aye, so it looks fun. I'm looking forward to this one.
It
So,
looks incredibly simple. Like, it looks
aye,
like like I said, if you've played games like this, it's you kind of know what we're doing. Like, there isn't really much breaking of any molds. But it looks like it's a simple fun. It might be a really good one that's actually like a gateway to some of the more complicated ones. That's kind
yep,
of vibe I'm getting, that
uh-huh,
a stress-free city kind of thing. Because yeah, like I said before,
aye,
it gets incredibly stressful with like city skylines and all that kind of thing.
gosh, yes,
Can't remember,
city styles, mental.
there was a game that I played on my channel a while ago. It was actually the biggest one on my channel. I can't even remember its name, but the sheer amount of stuff you had to do in that game to get the manufacturing going in the high-rise city was phenomenal. And if you were into micromanagement, boy, that's a game for you. But it was
Aye,
intense. But this looks like it could just be a really chill city without this, like, simplified city without the stress. I feel like that would be a
mhm.
very good tagline if that's how it is. But
Aye, I definitely. It's just it's SimCity to me. It just looks like SimCity kind of
yeah,
thing to me. So if you've ever played or watched SimCity, if like any of the games, then you'll be right at home at this. Even the layout and everything just looks like SimCity kind of thing. So they've just
okay.
taken that idea. So hopefully it plays like it.
Hopefully.
We shall soon find out.
We shall
The
soon find
demo
out.
came out on the 6th of December there, and the
Yeah.
game's actually due to come out in March.
Yeah.
So
Let's see.
So, folks, and on to the last game that we've chose for this month. I actually quite like the look of this one. So I do. It's called Dave's Wrecking Yard. So in the late 1990s, all over again, and you find yourself the owner of Dave's Wrecking Yard. Earn cash by filling various parts orders by phone, internet, and walk-in customers. Enjoy working at your own pace while ordering pizzas and chugging sodas. Now it looks like a kind of no fully retro-esque game, but it's got that
Yeah.
kind of kind of Robloxy kind of type style kind of graphics to it, if you know what I mean as well. Kind of Minecrafty kind of esque, but higher quality, if you know what I mean. It's hard to describe the kind of graphic style on it because it's a kind of mixture of different ones. But it does look like kind of fun simulator game where you're just got to kind of get folk coming in, pick out the parts, go and do them, go and find the parts in the old cars and things, and just design and use your kind of wee building yourself and just build it up. It looks fun. It came out the 20th of December there. I'm just trying to see what else it says about the game here.
Yeah, it just looks really cute. Like, they initially, like, it kind of gives like that the pixely blockiness, which is giving me, I don't know, it's throwing me back to the original GTA. Like, but obviously it's not top down. But like, it's really cute, and I just love the feel of it, and it sounds like it could be a really kind of interesting one. I'm having a quick look at the developer, and he's like made some like other little games. So he obviously has like, it says the developer and the publisher is Dave. So I'm wondering if Dave is making games about what he wants to do, which honestly I think is adorable if that is how it is. He's just like got his own universe around Dave. But it's just like,
Does
I don't
little
know, I
add
just
into
yeah, he's a detective in the other one. But like, I like the
it.
idea of this. I'm not sure how it'll play, but I do like it. I would love to give it a go. And yeah, it's a game that I saw, and I was like, I'm not sure how it's gonna fly. I genuinely don't know how it's gonna play, but it does look too interesting to pass up the opportunity to. So
Yep, and
we're gonna do this
like
one.
So like the graphic style, it's voxel
Mm,
graphics, VOXEL graphics. So similar to like town to city and things like that. That kind of style of kind of graphics for the game.
yeah.
But in a kind of 90s look about it as well. So it looks as if it could be really, really interesting. I'm hoping it is, if you know what I mean, and just like something different as well. So it
This
will be
looks
interesting to
cute.
see how it pans out. This one, though, it could go one or two ways. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It, it's been out since the 20th of
It's
November.
got
Oh, sorry,
some good
20th of December.
reviews. Apparently
Oh,
it's
it has
got
got
some
some
good
reviews.
reviews.
Yep.
One's negative, but the rest all seem like it's mostly positive. So I'm gonna just honestly I just thought this would be a fun one to try. It just looks
I mean,
cute.
the
I
reviews are kind of.
I
It
don't
gives
have
you some things to obviously kind of watch
yeah.
about as well. Also, like some of the keys, like some of the tutorial things to check out. So I'll
Like
have a wee look at the
the
reviews to
bio
no hand
doesn't
before.
really give you much indication of what the game is, apart from find and
No.
collect specific car parts to complete orders, and then sell
Mhm.
them. I mean, that's pretty much a shop sim, right? That's kind of general shop sim stuff. But apart from that, you don't really know much about it. Um, so I very much think this is going to be a play and try. It also seems like the movement is going to be a bit weird, like left, right, forward, back, but there's no diagonal or smooth rotation just going by the video. So that could be interesting to see how movement is in the game.
Yeah.
It's definitely giving throwback, and you know what, I really want to try it. It looks like it could be a load of fun. So we're gonna
And
give David Breckinyard a go.
it does say as well on the game that it's designed to run on the minimum
Yeah,
PC
I
hardware
saw
kind of thing.
that. I love
So
that.
there's not going to be anything special that you need to run it,
No,
which is probably why they've designed it in that kind of sense, kind of like so kind of
but
low, kind
let's
of.
be honest. There's some games out there that look like I don't want to say they look like utter trash because that's a bit mean, but some of them look like utter trash. So at least this looks like it's intentionally in this style. It's not like it's
Aye.
been done because that's the limitation of the graphics they can do, but it looks like it's intentional, which is nice because
Mhm.
yeah, it just yeah, I'm excited for this one. It looks cute.
It's got to be interesting. It's got to be one of the more
I hope
interesting
it
ones
doesn't
because
flop. It just looks good. And it's free
no,
to play. So this isn't even a demo. This just is like a free
aye,
to play game. So that there you
it's
go.
on
If this is
early access,
interesting, go
so
for it. Um you know what? If the game's pretty good, I might actually check out their other one and like give them their tiny little 89p and play Detective Dave RPG. Because yeah, I want to be part of the Daveverse because that just sounds really
I know.
fun.
Detective Dave, a washed-up detective demoted to graveyard shift, has gone rogue. You play the part of Detective Dave
That's a
as he
demo as
explores the dark
well.
side of the city, solve cases, work undercover, or hand out justice the old-fashioned way. I mean,
We
it's
might do
like
this
El
one as a
says.
demo too, to be honest. This could be a 2-for-1 kind
I,
of game universe. Um
I, I mean, like as El says here. I mean, like Dave's created, like the wee developer Dave here's created his own wee universe. I'm interested to see where
Yes,
David goes
same.
next in his life. Detective Dave.
I know. I just want to know
Dave's wrecking
what
shop.
Dave's getting up to. But it
Aye,
looks
Dave's wrecking
fun.
yard.
But yeah,
What's like Dave the pilot, maybe? Or who knows?
who know exactly? So I might do a little
Who knows?
2-for-1 on this one because obviously there is a demo of the Detective Babe as well. So one's a free to play, one is a demo. So that means they're both like demos in a way. So that means it counts. We'll see how it goes.
Why not?
I know.
Why not?
We'll give that a go. Give you something juicy next time, guys. Let's see if we want to be part of the multiverse of Dave or not. But that kind of rounds up everything for this episode. Welcome back to the new year, guys, and welcome back to the Sunday Simcast.
It
Yeah.
is going to be a good, folks. We've got a lot of things planned for the year as well. There is going to be a lot of kind of new games coming out as well. So join us as we have a look at these as they come out. From like your city builders, obviously your simulation ones like the airport inspected ones, and just the weird and wonderful kind of simulation and style kind of games as well. Kind of thing. There's got to be loads of them coming out next year.
Yeah, because we definitely do highlight the more indie versus your AAA things, because indie games definitely do deserve their
Yeah.
spot in the limelight. So if they are good, we are more than happy to give them their kudos. So yeah, if you love a good indie game, then make sure you are following me and Weir, because we will be posting a lot more indie simulation city builder games throughout the year. And we're excited to see where this leads, guys. It's going to be a really good one.
Definitely, folks. I can't wait to actually see what ones are coming out, because there is going to be a lot of them coming out this year.
There's
So
many on the wish list already. Can't wait.
no, I've got an obscene wish list full of games, to be fair, that are just generally due to come out and things for different things. So it'll be interesting. And like we said, like we don't generally play the AAA ones unless it's going to be something a new AAA kind of simulation type game. Then we might have a wee look for it if there's a demo or something like that. But most of the time, it's all kind of indie games that we'll pick, kind of thing, or independent kind of studios or kind of developer games that we'll pick. Because it's just the showcase it better. 9 times out of 10, the indie games are better than the big studios.
Yeah.
Just look at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Clara Obscure, independent developer, won every award.
You just got to make sure that you can find that diamond in the rough. That's the hardest part, but you know,
Aye,
that's what we're here for.
It's doable. It's doable. So that's what we're here for, folks.
Well, there you
But
go.
yes, thank you everybody for taking the time to watch this one. Leave us a wee comment what you think about the games for this month coming as well. And
Do
check
you
out
want to be
also
part of the Dave universe? Leave us down below. Let us know. I was like, click on
Should
Dave.
we comment and ask him about what Dave's universe
I
is going
want
to
to
be?
know about Dave. Exactly. But yeah.
What other adventures is Dave getting up to?
And make
We
sure
don't
you
know,
do
folks.
stay tuned, because we will be posting in a couple of weeks and slash days time a little roundup of everything that we did last year, just to see where they are now, whether or not they've disappeared, whether or not they're still here, if they've managed to make out of the demo or not, or whether or not we're just like, we're not even looking, we're running to the hills from them. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye.